So for the 954sports.com high school basketball game of the week, yours truly made his way over to Plantation High School to watch a couple city rivals go at it on the hard court. I'm Matt Levine, welcoming you to the 954sports.com YouTube channel. Thank you for paying a visit, stopping by, and checking it out. Please go ahead, hit subscribe, and like. I want to thank the athletic director, Will Banks, for welcoming 954sports.com onto campus. A pleasure covering the Paladins and the hometown Colonels last night. Both teams have struggled this season in boys basketball. Plantation a mark of 2-10, South Plantation 2-14. But you know what they say with rivalry games where the two rivals are facing off without records that are really not up to snuff? Take the record, toss it out the window. The records, they don't matter. In other words, there's always a little extra something when it comes to a rivalry game, especially a city rivalry, despite the records, right? So without further ado, let's go on to the campus of Plantation High School and show you the video highlights. Plenty of reason to celebrate winners over the years, as you see all the placards and trophies in the corridor just outside the Plantation High Gymnasium, outside the locker rooms. Really cool to see all the various teams and them being honored for their achievements. Inside the gymnasium, I'll tell you this much, a great crowd on hand. Both student sections enthusiastic. Why not? City rivals getting the face off and play some hoop. And from the opening tip, a lot of action in this game. No shortage of that. This is Sean Schroeder. Kickstarts Plantation. The first bucket of the game. A beautiful drive for the deuce. And the Colonels off and running. And it was just a matter of time before the visiting Paladins, they were off and running. Here's James Martinez. He'd celebrate a big night. We'll highlight it here on 954sports.com's YouTube channel with the sweet drive, working a little magic for the Paladins, getting the basket. And you know what happens, right? Good offense translates to defense, sometimes sooner than later, and sometimes the other way around, as I like to say. And last night, just a matter of time before the defenses got going. Nate Smith for Plantation. Nice block. Big time stop. Good work. South Plantation would come up with some nice defense. What you call team defense, translating to team offense off the turnover. Look at the great ball movement. Love the fundamentals. Martinez. 3-ball. Got it. He'd have 3 threes in the first half, part of an 11-point first half. After the first quarter, the Paladins were road warriors. South Plantation leading Plantation High School 29-7. But there's a reason, folks, that they play 4 quarters in the game of basketball. Anything can happen, and no lead is usually insurmountable. Second quarter, Plantation High battles back. They move the ball up court. Schroeder gets the bucket. Then, this is off a miss. Marcel Perez, active night, good basketball player, nice young man. Spoiler alert, we'll have him as a post-game guest. 1 of 2. As he was able to get the basket and the and one. In the first half, though, it was just a case of way too much. South Plantation High School, the Paladins, build a 36-22 lead at the end of the first half. Marcus Brown, the center for South Plantation, versatile, sweet touch, and a really nice game. Enjoyed watching him play last night. That's a great bucket right there. So again, at the end of the first half, a commanding lead for South Plantation High School. Before we show you the second half highlights, I want to highlight the Plantation High girls basketball team. They won their city championship game last night. They take the Mayor's Trophy. And it was a great game. I was there to catch the last few minutes. There you go. A little video of them celebrating after the game. So hats off to the Colonels girls basketball team for an effort last night that landed them a city title. Nicely done. We'd see if the boys could follow suit with a second half and could match the girls with a victory, right? In the third, it was all South Plantation. They continued the momentum and they built upon their lead. Here's Marcel Edwards going coast to coast for the pull-up J. Way to take control. In the fourth quarter, things would get interesting. South Plantation would take a 46-36 lead. You know what I should say? Very interesting. I'll show you why. The Colonels would start getting things going late. They trailed by as many as 7 with about 3 minutes left. And this is what you call defense to offense. A nice sequence. Perez turns it into the score. Plantation draws within 3 with 2 minutes and 13 ticks on the clock. Then they would pull even. Rashad Claricus ties it up at 51-51 with this nice bucket. Just under a minute. And there was bedlam in the gymnasium at Plantation High School. This one living up to its billing. These city rivals going blow for blow against each other like a heavyweight battle. This is with 19 seconds left. Watch this play. As Plantation would take the lead, Alex Gill, the three-pointer, and one gets fouled. He'd have an opportunity for a 4-point play. But the crowd, I told you they were enthusiastic. The fans on the Plantation student body side of the court drift onto that court. Technical foul called against Plantation High School. Now Gill would convert the free throw, make it 55-51, but South Plantation behind Martinez would bury both of the technical free throws. So they trailed 55-53. Then South Plantation gets a little luck off the block by Perez. Watch Brown score to make it 55 all. Seconds left in the game. On the ensuing inbound pass, I tried to film it as best as possible, folks. Only caught some of it. What can you do? The game winner by Martinez, 58-55. South Plantation wins a wild one. The Paladins improved to 3-15. Plantation with the loss, 2-11. I'm telling you, it bums me out that I missed the entire shot there by Martinez. But there was definitely bedlam and pandemonium in that gymnasium. What a great last couple of minutes last night. Both teams played their tails off. And it was a game that I would say is an instant classic, one that both teams will remember for a long time. And you remember what they used to say in the wide world of sports for ABC, right? With the thrill of victory comes the agony of defeat. So with that said, let's catch up with one of the many heroes last night. The guy who buried the game winner, Martinez. He enjoyed the thrill of victory. He talked about a well-earned W for he and his South Plantation High School Paladin squad on the road at Plantation High School.
We came out, we fought through. We really needed this win. You know, it felt really good. My coaches, appreciate them. They always tell me what to do. yeah, we got a good team win.
And there you have it. Martinez with a great night came through with many a clutch basket. Great win for South Plantation High School. Congratulations to them. Now, with the agony of defeat comes the players on the other side that had to talk about coming up short with a loss, right? And a lot of times over the years, I'll tell you this much, in interviewing athletes from all walks of sport, all levels, it's easy to interview a player from the winning side. You know how they're going to handle it. But what really distinguishes a winner is how the player from the losing side handles an interview after a loss. And there was no shortage of that last night. This is a class act. This young man, Marcel Perez, talked about the tough loss for he and his Colonel squad on the home court.
We gave it our best, tried to come back. It was up for the whole game. Really frustrated that we lost. I think we could have won if the crowd didn't get too overhyped, but it is what it is.
And there you have it again. And just a great night of basketball last night for the 954sports.com high school basketball game of the week. I certainly enjoyed all the action from Plantation High School. I'll be back with you next week. Site to be determined as we continue to cover high school basketball here in South Florida with the 954sports.com high school basketball game of the week. Until then, I'm Matt Levine saying so long.